Hey, it's Joe, and welcome to another little build. This is the Conservatory, and it's a room build. I wanted a little project that wouldn't take too long because I don't really have time or much patience for The Sims anymore. I just wanted to build something quickly because usually my projects tend to be quite epic and they just take too long to complete. So I've just got a few unfinished projects which just take too long. So this is something small that I could accomplish. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun, play for a couple of hours, and be done. So here you go. This is a small speed build of a conservatory. And it's kind of typically it's kind of what one would imagine a conservatory that be attached to an English house. They're usually fairly small and mostly encased in glass. I don't have all the new packs, so what would have been really ideal here, if you've got them, you could replace the windows, is what's it called? The greenhouse kit, I think it's called. That would look really nice here. So this, I'm going to upload it as a lot, perhaps, I haven't decided yet, and as a room, because it is just a room. So you won't get the roof that you'll see being added to the later on. It's changed and the different roof is added. It's just to give you an idea what it would look like and how you would use it, really, because rooms don't have any roofs. It's essentially just a couple of plants, a little bit of seating area, which is really what these rooms were mostly, because they often have glass roofs, so you can't really put anything in there that's got a lot of value, because it will gradually become bleached from the sun and the UV light. So they generally are just little seating areas, and because the weather's not great in the UK, and I lived in Ireland, so I kind of know that. So these conservatories are really a place to get a bit of sun and not be exposed to the cold. So that's really just mostly a seating area, and of course plants would thrive in there. So that's what this is. This build is a base game, and cats and dogs. I decided to do, for the first time ever, to do a limited pack build, which is just one pack in the base game. And I probably won't do another one because I just keep realizing, I wanted to use this, I wanted to use that, I wanted to use the next, and of course I don't have it because it's just 2 packs. Also, I had a whole lot of weird things happening in the game when I was building, where mosquito pack would just pop up and other things would just pop up, and I'm going, I thought I added this into the shortcut to eliminate all the packs. So I think it might be a little buggy. Maybe the Sims is just buggy, full stop. So yeah, you'll see me adding stuff and then realize, oh wait, this is not the from the pack of cats and dogs or base game. So I've removed some stuff. So you'll see a couple of things just disappear, and I go, oh, like the cushions on the floor that you can sit on. That was quite nice. That just fitted perfectly in the corner. But it's I can't even remember what pack it's from. So that goes away. There's 1 or 2 items. I think the cushions, the pillows that you see on the wicker chair and on the floor, those were Maxi's timed downloads. So I'm afraid if you didn't get them, then those little pillows just won't be there. But they're small items. So you had to log in if you weren't aware. You had to log in. I can't remember, a few months back now from this video, maybe not months, but a month back from the date of this video, and you just had to log in, I think 2 or 3 times a week and get some free stuff, which almost wasn't even worth the trouble, to be quite honest. The only things I think, in my opinion, was the cushion. I think that's kind of nice. It's like long overdue, like only about a decade, nothing much. And there's a single tile bar, which is quite nice, and there was the bar fridges, a couple of recolors of the bar fridge. And I think that's about all. That's about all, really, that I really wanted to get. Anyway, so I'm afraid those things won't load. But like I said, the cushions are just very minor. You could use some sort of custom cushion from somebody, or I don't know, maybe from a different pack, or just replace the wicker couch. There is a wicker couch, 1 or 2 or more, with cushions on. I just don't know which pack it's from. But again, this is a limited pack, so all you need is cats and dogs and base game. Obviously up to date. What else can I tell you about this little build? It's relatively simple. I placed the double doors on that. So the brick wall would represent your typical, you know, London house, or any built-up English town, city house, we've been built in the old brick, the old clay brick. And those doors would either have been there already. So if you want to attach this to, you want to build a Victorian house or Elizabethan or whatever, and you could also, decorate the roof with a whole lot of, bits and pieces from the roof trims and not the roof trims, I forget what you call them, the little objects that you run along the ridges. That will give it a very Elizabethan or Victorian feel. So the back wall is in brick, and that would be your back wall to whichever house that you're going to slap this room onto. The double doors could, this is the architect in me speaking. The double doors that you've got in there, I placed them obviously because you're going to need them. Every conservatory, unless it only had access from the outside, from the garden, would have been attached to the house, and then it either would have been attached to where there was a door. So the inner room would have no external windows. They would just have the conservatory adjacent to it. So you'd either have the double doors or you would have had a window. In most cases, if they had a window, they would have taken out the window and inserted a door. But often they would just have the door, so that's why I just put the door straight away. And then you got the doors to the external. That's that. You feel free to just chop and change. I just was limited by the one pack, so I had to find stuff that I could live with. I did scale down the rug very slightly, but that won't affect your download. It's not modded in any way. I just scaled it down with the tool mod by Twisted Maxi, which is brilliant. And that rug just fits now nice and snug there without being too small or too big and sticking out of the walls. I'm just speaking off the top of my head because I don't have the video running, so this was not going to go in sync. But anyway, I don't think there will be a lot of content on this channel going forward. There hasn't been for the last 2 years because there's no interaction here. There's just almost no one that watches, and YouTube insists on monetizing the videos, and they don't give me anything for it. So quite frankly, I just don't care anymore. This was streamed live on Twitch, so if you do want to watch some of my stuff, my building, there are some longish streams saved on Twitch, and that would be under the category of Sims. You just have to go into my profile, and I think there's like a section or playlist. I forget what Twitch calls them. And this build as well will be there, but it'll be the full length. I didn't upload the full build to YouTube because it was a conversation amongst my friends. I enjoy streaming on Twitch when I don't stream much at the moment, but I have a lot of people that I gotten to know very, very well over the years on Twitch. And we just hang out and we just chat, and I build and they watch. They're not particularly interested in the Sims, so the conversation on the VOD is not very Simsy, except me complaining about Maxi. I still call them Maxi, EA, Electronic Arts, or Electronic Arts as I call them. I can call them whatever I like because they know who I am. They knew who I was. They copied some of my stuff when it was right back from The Sims 1, and they have never acknowledged me. So quite honestly, I don't care. Right, so I do hope you enjoy the rest of this little speed build. It's not very complex, but if you enjoyed my previous content, this is not the epic type of content where I do the full video walkthroughs because it takes too much time, and unfortunately this channel's just never had any support or any real growth, so my time's just not justified here. There may be some content in the future, but it will be basically this. It will be content that is salvaged from Twitch and then put here. If people request it, I may actually post the full streams, and I'll label them as such. But I don't see, after the fact, usually streams on Twitch are fun when you're there, and then afterwards, yeah, not so much. If you do want to see, I've uploaded a few things to the gallery that I built on Twitch. So there's no record of it here because, well, I just couldn't be bothered to sit and edit all those videos. I mean, some of these builds take me I've been live on Twitch for like 6, 7 hours, just building, just playing, well, playing, building. And there's no ways I'm editing 7 hours down to get a couple of views on Twitch. So if you do want to go and watch them, and you could probably just watch them on fast forward or skip around and just see how things are built. There's a whole lot of the last, I don't know, 6 months to a year. There's several buildings that are on the gallery. Mostly there's the penny arcade, which ended up being rather disappointing because I couldn't find any pinball machines. I thought there were, because I'm still used to the old Sims games. And then is another. I think Cookie's Corner is finished, and then there's a kind of a matching building that goes with those three that I still haven't finished. Right. So what else can I tell you? I know people usually use these things to tell people what's happening. I don't know if there's anybody particularly interested. Yeah, it's been a particularly difficult last decade, but particularly the last 5, 6 years have been very trying. And I've immigrated twice. And so now I'm in Latin America. And that's about it. I've been largely concentrating on things that matter in life. And honestly, Sims doesn't really matter, to be honest. Um, so mostly, if you do decide to go and follow me on Twitch, and you're welcome to. There's no push to it because honestly, I'm not trying to monetize these things anymore. I do these things when and if I want and when I enjoy them. So you're welcome to join me on Twitch if you like. You can, if you subscribe, you'll get notifications sometimes. It's a lot better than YouTube, let me tell you that. And yes, I stream different things, so you won't always see Sims because I don't really have a big Sims following. So this was just kind of a test run because I haven't streamed for a while, and I wanted to just check that everything's running and all my scripts and all the bots and all the stuff that runs online. I just want to double check that everything was still functioning. And OBS has had a few updates, so that's why this stream happened. And of course, it took me almost 2 hours to get online. By then, I didn't even feel like playing anymore. So yeah, you'll see Sims sometimes, but not all the time. Largely, if I do stream now, it's going to be probably music. I've finally gotten back to one of my biggest passions in life 20 odd years later. Starting to make music. So at some point, I'm going to start streaming, just kind of chatting and mucking around and making some music online. It's mostly, up to this point, it's mostly been streams doing cartomancy and spiritual, what I call spiritual coaching. I don't really do tarot. I think it's kind of pointless. I do believe is in helping people spiritually. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you're just into straight tarot, you're probably not going to be particularly interested. If you're not, if you like actual spiritual talk, about proper spiritual talk, not just nonsense, what I call the YouTube guru nonsense, then you also can join me there. That's, well, I mean, there'll be quite a lot of videos so you can judge the content. And with that, I think I'll leave you. I'm not sure how much longer this video will run because, as I said, I recorded this without looking at the video because it is too hot here. And the machine just will not cope with encoding and recording at the same time. And so it's just easier just to record these things separate. Right, so thank you so much for joining me. And if you feel like it, if you don't, that's fine too. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm not sure why you would, because this channel's pretty dead. But I do thank you either way, whatever you choose. If you choose to go to Twitch, I'll see you there. Let me know. Let me know that you came from YouTube, because almost nobody crosses platforms. Otherwise, you have a lovely day, and thank you for watching the video. Do come back soon.